What's up, witches?
What's up, witches?
I'm Linda.
And I'm John.
Do we really even need to introduce ourselves anymore?
I mean, we've been doing it since the freaking beginning. I mean, why?
Why stop now? Okay. Well, this is not going to be a typical episode. This is basically just a check-in episode. See how you all are doing, let y'all know that we're still alive, and let you know what's coming up.
Sure. So yeah, we've got several ideas for several recordings to do. We're going to start with, because if you really like, you don't have to follow like a set routine to do a spell or cast a spell or do any kind of magic. However, there are certain things that can enhance your magic, be it color, be it day of the week, be it hour of the day. And then herbs and then
Sigils and
runes. And then even hand signs. Like that one, I honestly don't have a lot of info. I know that this, the thumb between the middle finger and is it forefinger?
The pointer finger.
Pointer, well, yeah. Okay, anyway, is to ward off the evil eye. Well, I find that interesting because that's a game you play with kids.
I got your nose.
I got your nose.
It's also the ASL symbol for the letter T.
Interesting.
So, I mean, yeah, I think that's interesting.
So yeah, this is just a check-in, as she said, and those are some of the things that.
Yes. So the next episodes that we're going to be doing, or episode, I should say, is going to be focused on the powers of the days of the week and the planetary hours, how to calculate them, how to determine what you are supposed to be casting for during certain hours of the day. And I actually came across two schools of thought on this, but we'll get into that when we actually do the episode. He is researching color magic and candle magic.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about color magic and candle magic.
And then
runes too, to a degree.
Runes and sigils, yes. And then I will be talking about herb magic, which if you are a kitchen witch or an herbalist, this is something that is going to really speak to your heart. It speaks to mine because I am both. But basically, we're going to be giving you pieces that you can use to build your own spells.
But I preface this also by saying, we're not going to, there's no way in any of our recordings that we could give all possible ways of using
correct
candles, colors, herbs, or whatever. Right. Do your own research, ask around to other witches to get thought. I mean, because you never know until you ask. If you may know someone and know she's a witch or he's a witch, but didn't know that they love doing herbal magic, right. But unless you ask. So anyway, that's my little side note. Do your own research too. This is just to give you the
bare basics
and a little bit more in some cases, but yeah.
One thing that I have been thinking about, and this kind of came up when we were doing one of our episodes for the Wheel of the Year series, which we have wrapped up. We've wrapped up the the Pantheon series. But you and I both mentioned that we love a specific herb. And dill.
Oh, yes. I mean, I know there's a couple of herbs I really love,
herbs that we love too. But anyway. I would like our community's opinion on whether or not we should also maybe do like a recipe series. like
What kind of recipe?
like a cooking recipe, like something you can serve on the Sabbaths that would incorporate certain herbs of that time of year.
Okay.
But again, I mean, I'm gonna leave that
You're
up to
talking
you.
about putting a camera in the kitchen as we do it, because you can't really talk about, I mean, unless you're just gonna rehearse or not rehearse, but recite the recipe. I mean, it would be more beneficial to
Okay.
actually.
Yes.
I saw a meme a couple months ago that talked about, so you're telling me that we add herbs and vegetables and chicken and their bones and this and that to a boiling pot of water, and we're not working magic, like, because they listed a whole bunch of herbs. Yeah.
Soup is totally witchcraft, dude.
So yeah,
Totally is.
I'm down with that.
Oh, well, I mean, but
we got to get through this series.
well, yes, we've definitely got to get through this series. But yeah, that is something I would definitely like to do if the community is open to it. If y'all want to do it, hit us up. There is that little button if you're listening to the audio podcast that says contact the podcast. So if you are up for that, if you'd like for us to do that, hit that little button and say yes. If there are any other topics you would like us to,
or even one that they contribute their own little,
yeah, even if you want to
We'll
contribute
post
your
that.
own, we'll post it. If there are any other topics that you would like us to cover, I know at some point we are going to be doing tarot. We are going to be doing
Yes.
astrology, but that's kind of a ways down the road. Right now we're just trying to do the basics. So yeah. What?
So no, nothing. So like I said, those are some of the things that we're going to be doing next. As I think you stated, it would be the days of power,
Mhm.
the planetary alignments, and the hours. Now, it may end up being 2 segments because the hours.
The hours is very heady. It's very
well. There's also
involved.
that isn't the. I'm just guessing, honestly, taking what I think is an educated guess, is that at the different hemispheres, it changes. It's what is 2 a.m. here.
Well, yes,
is
however,
not-
when you actually calculate the planetary hours, the way you do it is based on where you are. So the process is going to be the same.
Okay.
And
but it's going to be different in.
not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily, because it's going to go off of, so the basic thing of it is that the very first hour of the day is ruled by whatever planet rules that day. So like if it's Sunday
in that region.
Yes. Well, the very
hemisphere.
The very first hour of the day that's the first block of time from once the sun rises. Okay. That's on a Sunday, that's always going to be ruled by the sun.
Yes.
On a Monday, it's always going to be ruled by the moon. And there's like a whole chart on how it goes, what the actual progression is. So, but it's always going to be based on what the sunrise and sunset times are in your area. So if you're
southern I got you now. Okay. No, I'm up to speed with you now. So yeah, 5:59, 6:59.
Yes.
4:57.
Right. It's not like the seasons where they're backwards from us. It's always going to be based off of where you are.
Got you.
And we're going to go over that process in that episode. And you might get confused, but we will have some charts.
There'll be cliff notes. She will put cliff notes in our various.
For you visual learners, we will have visual things to help you understand. Is there anything else you want to go over?
No, just love you guys. Oh, well, actually, a couple things have happened since our last episode.
Yes.
So aside from the obvious, with the facial hair, and the hair's a little bit longer, I cut myself really bad at work, filleted my hand, basically. But
Yeah.
it's all better now. You can, the scar almost looks like part of the vein that is naturally there, but
Right. Do they even know I took a position? Did they
no,
go for it?
no, we haven't, yeah, and
Oh. Yeah, so as I'm sure you all know, he and I both work for the same company, but originally we were different locations. I have since Christmas taken a new position. And now I'm at the same location he is, but I'm more back room instead of front end. And it's
then
been a
you are
lot.
backward.
Yeah,
That's,
I am.
that's not, I'm not trying to sound kinky.
Yeah.
I didn't say back door, I said back room.
Originally, I was customer facing, and now I don't really have to deal with them at all unless I'm
Walking
through the store.
Yeah,
But it's been a lot to learn. And there have been quite a few times I wondered if I made a mistake.
and inventory's coming up. And this is my first time actually out on the floor during inventory.
And it's my first time in the back room doing inventory. So as front end customer facing, I didn't have to do anything.
No, we didn't have to do, even as a team lead, I didn't have to do much.
But now that I'm in the
Other
back
than
room,
make sure that under all the registers were
Right.
cleaned out, under everything was
Right.
cleaned out, there was no merchandise that fell, blah, blah, blah. But like, wow,
no, and
what
now
is
like
involved is a lot.
being back room, I'm in it. I am in it. I
Yeah.
am in the thick of it, and it's been a lot. And unfortunately, I allowed that to take over.
Well, it's human nature to get overwhelmed sometimes. I mean, that just, so did I.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so do I sometimes.
But we are always here for you. And again, like, and anytime you are listening to our audio podcast, if you want to reach out and, give us a topic you think we could do something with, we'd appreciate it. If you just want to say hi, we'd
That's cool,
appreciate
too.
it. Well, and yeah, we'd love that. But we just wanted to reach out and let you guys know we're still here. We're still doing it. We've unfortunately let life knock us down a little bit, but
Yeah, but we get back up.
we're back up and we are doing this.
So have a wonderful night, and you will be hearing from us soon.
Yes.
Peace out.
Peace out, witches.